Hi everyone, it's Liz here. It's very odd weather today, hence the glare in my glasses. I can't help. That's the reflection of this phone. Out there, it's raining, dull, cold. I'm in a hoodie. Last weekend it was cold. The weekend before it was boiling. Crazy weather. I thought I'd do an update because obviously the last few videos I've done, I'm doing a series of Google questions, EDS I've done already for May Awareness Month, which is for Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and then I'm doing a POTS one, which I'll do next week. I've already done it all and uploaded it, it's just I haven't made it public yet. But I haven't done an update on my situation for a while. Those of you that follow me on Facebook under my POTS profile, or I don't think I've put it on Twitter yet, but you'll know my latest news, and that is that I've finally been diagnosed with Sjogren's syndrome, disease, whatever it's called. I think it's Sjogren's syndrome because I have a band on my wrist here, which I shall show you. It's the British Sjogren's Syndrome Association, which are, it was a struggle to find them. At first, all I could find is American ones, but I wanted a British one because obviously in the UK we have different medications, different like terms for medical things. So also I got, where is it? Oh, I can't reach it. It's basically a booklet, quite a comprehensive one, written by a doctor who has Sjogren's herself, and she treats people with Sjogren's. I struggled pronouncing it. Anyway, I'm going to take it because basically the story goes, as you know, and if you haven't watched videos before, go to the card at the top there because it'll tell you. But my lips healed, but I have a nice lump and it's really uncomfortable, but it's okay. And I was only saying the other week to Adam, my husband, I hope this has been worth it, the biopsy and all that, because I have all the symptoms of Sjogren's. No one's believed me because my blood tests came back negative. But my EDS doctor was like, well, I know someone with Sjogren's who's also had negative bloods, but had the lip biopsy and it was like positive. So I got back from, I don't know where, and I had 2 letters that day from the maxillofacial, and I was like, oh, maybe it's my biopsy results. And I opened the first one, and it was just like a clinic letter that I'd been copied into when I went back with my lip all swollen and painful, and it was just copying me into my letter to my GP saying that I'd been put on antibiotics and painkillers and all that. And I was like, oh. And then I opened another one, and it was this one. I can't tilt it to, I have to tilt it because my address is at the top there. But it's from Adam Brooks. I'll have to blur it. Anyway, there you go. It says, further to our previous correspondence, I write to inform you that I'm reading this backwards, that the labial gland biopsy, that sounds a bit rude, that was carried out, has confirmed the presence of focal lymph something. I can't remember because in keeping with Sjogren's syndrome, correlation with serological findings is advised. I would be grateful if you could facilitate an onward referral to the rheumatology team for management of her systemic Sjogren's syndrome. When I got this and I read it, I cried, and my husband, bless him, he knew I was happy, because I was, obviously, But he wasn't, I didn't know him when I had my EDS and POTS diagnosis. That was 2 years before I met him. No, longer than that. It's my 10-year anniversary for my EDS, so 3 years before, I don't know, whenever. But it's a relief. People outside of my family and friends who maybe don't know me so well are like, why are you happy you've got an illness? But it's like when you know your body, you do so much research because people keep telling you that it's not this, it's not that, but they can't actually tell you what's wrong with you. So you pretty much know because you do so much research. And I've had, as you know, such a really unwell time since last October. So basically, I've had oral thrush, recurrent mouth ulcers, peeling skin off my roof of my mouth. Last year, I saw my eye clinic and they even said that I had Sjogren's just from my eye appointment because my tear ducts are dry and very, 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 very sore eyes. They gave me drops and then my mouth was dry a lot and coughing, so I've got gel for that. And both the dentist and the eye clinic said they think it's Sjogren's, but I needed tests. And of course, no one would do the test because my blood tests were negative. So if you have that and you've not had a lip biopsy, please keep pursuing it. It's worth it. If it comes back as a negative lip biopsy, then you'd have to look down other avenues, but at least you've ruled it out. And because I've got Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, you always get a gazillion other things with it that are associated with like POTS and gastro issues, but autoimmune issues are also common in EDS. And some people have lupus, some people have Lyme disease, some people have Sjogren's. There's lots of things, but Sjogren's, I've noticed I've probably seen about 10 people so far with it who've been on Facebook. I don't know them particularly well, but it's really good to know I'm not the only one. But my GP is so annoying because I gave him at least 4 or 5 days to see the letter, and I called him because I was in a really bad flare a few weeks ago. My neck hurt, my face hurt, my body hurt, my bones hurt really a lot, and in my legs. And because I can't really distinguish, because obviously people without EDS who have Sjogren's have joint pain and inflammation, but I have joint pain all the time, every day, and I don't know if it's EDS pain or Sjogren's pain. So it's hard to tell. So anyway, I asked if I could have some steroids, and he said there's no clinical reason, even though I said, well, I've been diagnosed with Sjogren's. And he said I have to wait to see the rheumatologist. Now, luckily, my hospital usually has a stupid system where if you're in a hospital, like Adam Brooks, and you need to see a different specialist at the same hospital, you have to get the specialist you've seen already to write to your GP, ask your GP to refer you to whatever specialist it is at the same hospital, and then wait. And it takes months. Whereas in London, when I lived there, and also my London hospitals I'm with now, like Stanmore and Queen Square, if you need a referral to someone else in the same hospital as your specialist, they do that. And so in my letter here, it obviously says, can you refer to a rheumatologist? That's to my GP. My GP obviously hadn't seen the letter. So, but I had a call the day after I had the diagnosis letter from the rheumatology team saying they'd seen the results and they want to see me. So that's good, because for some reason they're bypassing the referral cycle that usually happens. Because I've still got all this swelling under here, as you can see. The other thing that happened was I was trying to chase the CT results for my neck and my sinuses, especially now I've got a diagnosis. I've had enlarged salivary glands for ages. The ultrasound showed that. But the ENT doctor said, it's definitely not Sjogren's. Well, I can say, I feel like saying F you, really. I just want to wave the letter in their face and go, told you. Which is exactly how I felt when I got diagnosed with EDS and POTS. Mostly POTS, because I didn't even know I had EDS until I saw a POTS doctor. So anyway, my GP is basically saying no steroids, so I've got no help there. And I'm waiting to see the rheumatology team. to see what they say. But when the rheumatology doctor phoned me, he's not the greatest. He knows what EDS is, which is a bonus, I suppose, but he doesn't know a lot. And also he said to me, oh, well, don't get your hopes up because a positive lip biopsy doesn't always mean you have Sjogren's disease. And I'm just thinking, are you crazy? I have all the symptoms. I've been super unwell. Nothing's explained it except this. And so I'm not letting him undiagnose me. If he, when I see him, says there's nothing they can do, then I shall find someone who can. Because I'm not giving up. So the old me is back. So yeah, I can't believe I've got the diagnosis. It's great because it explains a lot, especially my stomach issues, which I've been moaning on about on my vlogs since last year. It started last June, so we're coming up to nearly a year. When my stomach, just bowel habits changed, I started getting diarrhea all the time. Any food, there wasn't one particular food that made it worse. Obviously, if I have something I'm allergic to or intolerant to, it's worse. But the safe foods I was having were making it worse. But I've since read that it's something technical, like the lining of your intestines is inflamed. So it's like an IBS type symptoms, which I've got IBS anyway. But it changes your bowel habits, basically, Sjogren's. So that would explain it. So I'm just so happy because now I can put it down as a diagnosis. If I ever go back into hospital, which hopefully I don't, or I will at some point, but not soon anyway, I can say this is what's wrong with me and they will be able to treat me with the right stuff and not just guess. So it's been quite a journey and I'm just like super happy that I have an answer. This massive pain in the lip literally was worth it. Persevere. I would say if you're struggling to get a diagnosis or anyone to listen, go to your dentist, because all the dentists I speak to have heard of Sjogren's and they know how to treat it and stuff. And they can ask your GP to refer you to a rheumatology for a lip biopsy. And if they refuse to do it, your dentist can hopefully write again and say why that it needs to be done. Mine was done at Addenbrooke's in Cambridgeshire. That's my nearest main hospital. The maxillofacial team do it because they do like dental work and it's in your lip. So, and it doesn't really, it's a minor price to pay. The lump will go down because I've had scars in my lip before from when I fell off my bike and stuff. And to get the diagnosis is great. So that's my update for now. I shall let you know once I've seen the rheumatologist. I don't know how long I've got to wait. I don't have a letter yet for an appointment and it's been over a week, but who knows? It's bank holiday and it's been Easter, so things are slow. But yeah, I'll let you know if I have any other news on what's going on with that or anything else. So talk to you soon. Bye.